Hello, Mr. Zloy. Thank you for joining me today. I am Mr. Onion, the latest member on the Truly Bedrock survival realm. How are you doing?
What is up, the world of the living? My name is Zloyxp and welcome back to Truly Bedrock. Today I'm wearing my librarian coat once more, and you know what that means. We will be taking a look at your comments, writing them down, storing them for later, replying to most of the ones that I choose to read, and also I wanted to kind of redo the library interior, kind of help it regrow back now that it's been struck by lightning, which I mentioned in the previous video. This episode here is a bit of a day off for me on the server. I want to run around, I want to look at other people's stuff, I want to maybe go even shopping, which, by the way, is exactly what I need to do right now, because my helmet here is on the last legs and I don't want to be in this on this server without a respiration helmet on my hands, or preferably on my head. So yeah, there happens to be one particular spot where I can actually remedy and fix up that little problem. Welcome, my friends, to the backside of the spawn island. I know, I'm entirely mind blown. Turns out this island doesn't only have one side, the one the inn is on. I never go here. That's not joking. I'm never here on this side of it, which is how I skipped basically an entire generation of stores being built and used and actually running out of stock. Yeah, check this out. This is Prowl's iron hut. Yeah, out of stock because they accidentally broke their iron farm on many occasions. Can you believe this? I sure can, because I mean, come on, it's Prowl. The book hut also is a thing and also is rapidly running out of books to sell. But thankfully there is another place where I can grab myself some really good ones, although looting 2, I could use looting 2, 1 diamond each, book tea, and yeah, I have a looting 2 sword, so we can combine those. Yeah, the hut I've been more interested in is this one, designed by Jesse B, who apparently also is a YouTuber, built by TNC Cuban, as far as I know, and frankly it looks pretty freaking amazing. Now JCB actually was voicing the Truly Bedrock rundown the other day, so she did a great job, and kudos to her on the hut and on the rundown voiceover. But I'm not here just to pine over her architecture build skills. I am actually here not to be in this hut whatsoever. I'm here to go into TNC Cuban's personal little shop down here where he sells the books, particularly the mending books for 4 diamonds each. Honestly, at the price of 4 diamonds, I expect them to be fake. I expect him to somehow manage to fake a mending book or something, because 4 diamonds is nothing. And now with my cap properly mended and my sword being looting free one, it's time to go hunt some squid, because of course we gotta hunt some squid. I mean, can you believe having an ink farm in a world made out of basically ocean? That's basically impossible. So yeah, manual method it is. Stop. And to restart us with the, with the library of the comments, we're gonna go all the way back to episode 5 to Tukanan Karyan episode comment saying, my favorite word from you is thingy-magic, which is not spelled thingy-magic, it's thingy-magic. Yeah, that's the official pronunciation. Sign Zloyxp 5 Sign and close, and wait, where do I put it? I forgot to make a display. Yeah, looks moderately fitting. Thankfully, the gray of this goes rather well with the gray of this. Plus, guess what's the coolest thing about the droppers is compared to the armor stands when it comes to holding items? Yeah, they don't blow up whenever a lightning storm strikes. Now, one cool idea would be to kinda maybe adjust it and add some flavor text to the entire thing. Another cool idea would maybe mirroring it onto this side as to basically make this little area more even. But I don't know about that. Honestly, with this entire library, after the incident, I don't know about anything. Although I have one fun idea that would maybe be worth implementing. I love this tiny feature. Alternatively, we could actually save up on books themselves too, seeing how these bookcases seem fairly alright and fairly safe from any lightning strikes. And also, one book in Minecraft fits 50 pages onto it. Meaning that if we use up this one as a title page, then every single comment later will take 2 pages, as the left one will be used for the episode number author name video author, and then the right page will be used for a comment. That way we still fit 58 divided by 2. That amount. Yeah, totally that. I can totally count. And the comment for the episode 6, yeah, 6, is from Lyra, because honestly she always writes like long, thoughtful comments, and I would have felt bad about not including at least one of hers. So, what she says is it really a good idea to show where the ship is on camera, which was basically her response to me showing where I hide Foxy's ship of Dream on camera. And yes, it is! It is a very good idea, because then he has to go and check that place. I swear, one day I'll release a video in which I'll just pretend to hide his ship in like 15 places. And he will have to go through every single one of those and look in those. In fact, you know what? Let's do that next episode. Anyway, you started out on DV, because that episode I started out on the DV server. Just for the intro. Confused the crap out of me, not gonna lie. And are you gonna realize I can take it easy episode on there too, right? Yeah, I know. And I need to work on the DV videos too. But if we speak in confusion, the episode in which I start a Truly Bedrock episode by showing footage of the Decidedly Vanilla server has nothing on the Decidedly Vanilla episode in which I started the video by saying, "Hello everyone, welcome to Hermitcraft." Several people told me that was quite a mind break for them. Anyway, that's Zloyxp episode 6. And now that I think about it, the Dewey Decimal System means that the books starting with letter Z should be probably in this particular bookcase at the end of the alphabet. Although that turned out to be a very terrible idea. I guess you can tell why. Check this one out. Did you notice it? Because I didn't at first. Check this out. Right? This pressure plate makes this bookshelf spit out books at me. I just cannot have it my way, do I? Everything needs to break eventually, to a degree. For episode 7, the comment will be by Ashir Shazed, and I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. I just watched Silentwisperer, him, see his video, get inspired. This is all copied right from the YouTube, guys. I did not fix any of the little things, and the person might not be a native speaker, which I'm not a native speaker of English either, so I don't care. Get inspired, and yeah, I buy Minecraft just now, and I subscribed all other 9 YouTubers that are playing this realm. Keep it up. And the reason I really picked this one is because, well, it kind of encapsulates why we even made Truly Bedrock. It's at the core of it is collaboration, showcase of all the different play styles, and incentive for people to buy Minecraft. No, just joking, guys. We're not paid for by Mojang, but hey, we could be. No, we're not. I'm mucking about. I'm just making a joke. Really, this realm came together so well, specifically because we're all friends and we wanted also to just kind of exchange subscribers. I don't know, do something about this YouTube thing that all of us are doing. And if it works, when it works, I feel it is beautiful. And also, I really need to figure out a proper way for punctuation in the titles of this book. Anyway, episode 8. Episode 8 is a doozy, to be completely honest. I've read through all the comments in there, and there were quite a few that are rather good. Like Emil V commented on the giant crossbow that I've built. Over at that was the episode in which I built the skull and the fortifications, and it was such a cool video, and people really responded to it. Emil V replied, "A crossbow of a rather large size, or in other words, a ballista." And yes, it is a ballista, exactly. Thank you so much for pointing that one out. Mr. Hoodie Shark replied, "The necromancy continues. I would rather prefer to do a roleplay of a druid or anything, yada yada." And we actually had a bit of a conversation together. DaphneElaine replied with 3 laughing emoji faces. Thank you for your contribution, DaphneElaine. And yeah, people generally were really nice, and I enjoyed reading through the comments of this stuff. Patrick Wonal pointed out that I'm a Russian person who doesn't know chess, and promised to tell Putin about it, and you will be surprised, but as good as some Russians are at chess, it's not like a national sport or anything, and it never was really a national sport or anything. In fact, I personally can't even play chess. Like, I barely know how the figures move. I'm actually really good at checkers instead. But which I guess is how I'm standing one step ahead of FoxyNoTails in the ship game. But however, the comment I want to commemorate is by Cyan Warrior, who says, "Hey, get the skull banner and it will be better." And he's entirely right, because guess what? We did get a skull banner, and it is better. Silentwisperer's patrons have created 3 amazing designs for the official Team Undead banner, and I love all 3 of them. No, really, we could not choose between them. I'm pretty sure Silent ended up having a vote amongst his audience, but I said that I'm keeping all 3, and I'm using all 3 for, I don't know, random stuff. Because really, all 3 are just variation on the same fiery skull idea, and they're so bright and so nice, and I can't even pick my favorite. So thank you, Silentwisperer's patrons, who definitely are watching right now. I'm so lonely. And yeah, we'll be placing those every time we build something as Team Undead in the future. Just, you know, for your considerations, everybody. Sadly, I cannot showcase recipes because I have no idea what the recipes even are, but I can copy them as long as I have black dye. And if you know me, you know that I have plenty of black dye. So let's move on to episode 9. and let's see what comment it brings. Episode 9 was the one when we launched cows at DaphneElaine's base. There were too many comments, like good ones, to count. So the absolute monster of them was Fan57 with the comment saying, "Would you say that it was a cattle in gun?" Which, yes, I did reply, I did heart. I didn't pin it, but I should have. This is great and I love it. Episode 10 is the one we did the fletchery in, and it's also the one where my channel actually started approaching the 10k subscriber count. Which, yeah, I still yet to create a special for that. Oh well. Point being, there was a bunch of comments, most of them really positive, and then there was a comment for by Jewboy 605. Sorry. Anyway, episode 10 was a good episode. It was the one we did fletchery in, and yeah, the one comment I decided to go with. In the episode 10 there was a lot of great comments, and I would read every single one if I could, and I can, but I won't. But one I really appreciate is one by Jewboy, because he actually ended up calling me out on something not a lot of people get to call me out on. Anyway. Hey yo everyone, welcome to Truly Bedrock. My name is Zloyxp. Yeah, episode 10 was a good episode, and the comment I want to highlight from that one is the one by Jewboy, because he called me out, and not a lot of people get to call me out lately. You see, the thing is, sometimes when YouTubers record stuff, they start recording things, but then they realize that what they have recorded is not that good, and they just have to start over in the same cut without breaking the footage. And then, when the same YouTuber doesn't have like enough time to go through his videos a lot of times and like double, triple, quadruple check how much like that they have cut everything out, they end up sometimes leaving these editing mistakes. And this is something Jewboy ended up calling me out. At 6 minutes in episode 10, I start talking, cut myself out, and start saying the same sentence all over again for a second take. But I also forgot to cut the first take out of the video. So congrats! This is not a millennial occurrence. I have a lot of editing mistakes in my videos. This one is just one of the rarer ones, and just for that I have to I have to, guys. This only happens once in a lifetime. You ain't gonna get any editing mistakes out of me anytime soon. You hear that? Yeah, definitely. Now, yeah, in this particular video that we're still talking about, I promised you guys that we will kind of rebuild and restart the library, and we did to a degree. The problem is that we have not necessarily, I have not, at the very least, not shown you all of that, all of the cool things that we did. So here are the cool things. We got the end display, feeling incredibly barren now that it doesn't have the first ever dragon skull and the whatchamacallit, the first ever elytra on an armor stand. And to top all that, get this. Apparently, we don't even get the dragon egg. That's right. When Silentwisperer and Rogue Fox first went into the end, something glitched out, and instead of one dragon, 2 dragons spawned. And as a result, when the dragon, when the first dragon dropped an egg, it was somehow deleted, or at the very least, that's the story that Silentwisperer told me. To say that this frustrates me is to say nothing. It frustrates me to no end that we lost our first ever dragon egg, and I can't just plonk it here, because it would look perfect somewhere right here in the middle. But oh well, at least we still got our first ever end road. It is very impressive. Episode 11 was when DaphneElaine and I built the cow blimp around the cow launcher. And now it has a plane sticking out of it. Thank you for that. Regardless, there are plenty of comments about it, most of which can be ultimately brought together in this one by Awesome. Tears on the cheek, that is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. Or there was also the other way when people were asking me what abomination of terror have I brought upon this cursed world. Both of these people are entirely right. And last but not least, this brings us to episode 12, which is, the episode in which Silent and I have caught a Ghast and transferred him to the old world. That was really fun, and if you know me, you know that I love Ghasts. Those are adorable and great. Which raises a good question by Casey Creates. You have zero patience for devious foxes, which yes, I do, thank you. But also, I've only ever seen Ghasts used as lumberjacks in an AFK tree farm. Do they have any other uses? And truth be told, yeah, they do. You can use them as lumberjacks because their fireballs blow up stuff. But what I and Silent would love to use it for has nothing to do with trees. It has more to do with setting things on fire. You see, we found out in that video that fireballs of a Ghast, upon entering water streams, get either pushed or stuck in their tracks. After which you can just punch them out of it. Punch them out of the water and they will just continue flying in whatever direction you punch them. Which means that using a Ghast and setting up a curious water system, one could easily make a fireball Ghast turret. And we will be absolutely doing that sometime later. That's actually our plan, spoiler alert, for the ship we'll be building once the shipyard is done. So yeah, that's our plan basically, and thank you so much for asking. Actually, thank you everybody so much for ever commenting anything on the videos. Do leave a comment here on this one if you want your ones to be featured in some future video or something. I'm really sorry about having this backlog too, because originally the plan was to just go ahead and every single episode dedicate some time to drop a comment into the library, but at the same time I realized that sometimes due to pre-recording I will have to drag behind. So that will be the end of this video, of this particular video one. Before we go, I would love to showcase to you the little display I made for the mob heads, which we can still get, and we're still lacking the creeper head and the skeleton head for the museum, for the display. And I think we will eventually grab one of the Silentwisperers with the skulls, just for the sake of it, for the sake of having one displayed at the library. Another thing I need to implement is the new map wall, which will have to be much better than the current one, residing in the Undead Island, because some people have been missing it. Some people on the server were like, hey, where did the map wall go? I wanted to look at my base from the bird's eye view. So that's something for us all to look forward to, but for now, that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I know that this has been just me sitting and reading your comments, but I hope that that's something exciting for you just as much as it is exciting for me, because frankly I live for these things. I live for comments on my videos. I always read them and I try to reply to every single one. Well, not really. I read every single one and I reply to the most interesting ones. To be continued. Have a good one. Bye bye. This has been Truly Bedrock. This has been Zloyxp. Yada yada. All that stuff. End the video already.